Man, listen, folks. I think today we're going to learn a very important lesson on shutting the hell up when you know you've done wrong, when you know you're wrong. Don't try to rise up and create some movement, try to get the people, try to get the community to help you when you know you're damn wrong. Because you know what that does? That lets all the people who support you look like fucking morons as well. And we all knew that the Carmelo Anthony supporters, the most of them, were just practicing tribalism. They didn't care. They just wanted him to be innocent because he was black, right? Well, guess what, man? It's gotten way worse. And this is where shutting the hell up comes into play. Because Carmelo Anthony got 35 years, right? I feel like that, from everything we've seen, was pretty lenient, right? People wanted life for Buddy, right? But then he goes and tries to do a retrial. You know, they have a whole new judge now. They're hearing arguments and all types of stuff to create a new trial. And now we're getting inundated with new information that we did not know about. We did not know about this. We did not know. And now everybody knows. If you were to tell me what this kid said in his text messages, I would say stop sensationalizing. He clearly didn't say that. Was he American Psycho or something? He didn't say that. The kid's texting the day of the track meet stabbing that he's on the verge. What does that mean? He moves on into other text messages. Apparently, him and his girlfriend are arguing because they broke up. He's stalking her. Tell me why he even told the girl that, I want to stab somebody and lick the blood off the knife. What type of American Psycho bullshit is that? Huh? Now, again, if I heard that, if somebody in passing had told me that, I would be like, man, shut the fuck up, you stupid. Oh, he wanted to lick the knife? Ooh. That's how I would respond. Until official sources, the district attorney is confirming this information to be true, folks. We gotta check this out, boy. Listen, them Karmelo supporters, I always knew what the truth was, regardless of race or politics. And I think everybody does too. But I feel like this is gonna be really hard to explain away now to those who continuously say Karmelo is innocent. Let's check it out. All right, so now, this is big news as of like the past couple of hours, right? This is plastered everywhere. The headlines are going crazy. So we're going to read one of them. It says Carmelo Anthony fascinated about stabbing, licking the blood off blade. Prosecutors, right? So this is something that prosecutors probably were itching to put into trial, but they didn't want the past of any of the boys affecting the outcome. So Hunter Metcalf's past wiped away. Carmelo Anthony's past wiped away. Not Hunter now, Austin. Well, both of them, right? They didn't want any background information to tamper with the case. But now, since they're going for a retrial, I guess Pandora's box is opening. Let's check this out. It says prosecutors revealed new evidence that jurors never heard during the Carmelo Anthony murder trial, including allegations that he fantasized. It's a very strong word to use, but that's really what was happening. Including allegations that he fantasized about stabbing someone and quote unquote licking the blood off the blade, end quote, according to reporters. And we're going to read this later. It says the Daily Mail reported that the allegations surfaced on Thursday during the hearing following Anthony's request for a new trial in the April 2025 stabbing death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at the high school track meet in Frisco, Texas. And this is where I come in to say you should have just shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? You should have shut up, because now there's even potential for you to have more time. And we're gonna get to that later. We're gonna come back to that. But this is where I feel like you should have took them 35 years, said I appreciate you, thank you God, I'm not about to die, and you should have walked them years down, bro. You should have walked them things down. Now we're opening a whole different conversation with these text messages. Check this out. Anthony admitted stabbing Metcalf, but said he acted in self-defense amid a confrontation. Jurors rejected that argument. During Thursday's hearing, state prosecutor Bill Werski, or however you say his name, said evidence excluded from the trial include text messages in which Carmelo Anthony allegedly thought about stabbing someone just hours before he killed Metcalf, according to the Daily Mail. So listen to me, guys. Let's just be real. Oh my God, you don't like black people. No, shut the fuck up, right? Let's just be real. Carmelo Anthony went underneath that tent expecting Austin or whoever was the leader of the tent, expecting some type of conflict. And he was hoping that he could do his little thing, do his little stabby stab and call it self-defense. He was planning to do this, bro. This is premeditated. Now, I don't know, maybe he was angry. Maybe he talks like this all the time, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I'm pretty sure I said I'll stab somebody because I was angry, but then something of a stabbing happens hours later. I think I really wanted to do it and I wasn't just talking. Just saying, but let's keep going. So now the reporter even shows in quotations. They say this is what was said. There is a text message. I believe this is coming from the DA. There is a text message where he fantasizes about stabbing someone and licking off the blade, Werski said, the media outlet reported. Bro, what are you raising? What is going on? Now, listen, I may have said I wanted to stab somebody out of anger before, but I ain't never said, oh, yeah, I'm just going to stab you and lick the blood off the blade. I'm so edgy. I'm an edgy teenager. I ain't never said no shit like that. Bro, listen. They were about to unleash a maniac into this world if he made it a little bit further out of high school into college and into the real world. Yeah, nah. We would have been covering something about Carmelo Anthony eventually, is what it seems like. But let's keep going. It says another text message recovered from Anthony's phone allegedly included a photo of a knife as well as the words, "I'm low-key on the verge," per the outlet. Werski reportedly said Anthony's ex-girlfriend had told a school administrator she was afraid of Anthony and accused him of stalking her. Now let's just pause that right there again. Maybe she could have been the one that was stabbed. You never know. Listen, this kid was already on a spiral. She's just lucky she didn't get stabbed. And who knows what would have happened after that day if he never ran into Austin, if he never sat down there. He's still on the verge, right? Maybe it would have been his dad. Who knows? Maybe his mom would have been a victim. It's crazy. It's crazy work out here. And you know what's even crazier? The parents knew. The parents knew that he had violent tendencies. We will get there later. Hold on. The Daily Mail reported that Anthony's lawyer had damaging evidence about Austin Metcalf and his twin brother Hunter. Citing court documents, the outlet noted that Anthony's attorney had photos of graffiti alleging the Metcalf twins and a third boy spray painted KKK, kill all blank people, blank blank. I can't read all that. That's pretty crazy, as well as racial slurs. According to the report, the evidence was withheld because prosecutors and Anthony's trial attorney had an informal gentleman's agreement to focus solely on what happened under the tent that day and avoid introducing potentially inflammatory character evidence about Anthony and Metcalf. Holy shit. I didn't know that about the brothers either. Man, holy shit. What is up with these boys? So there is a possibility that they said some racial shit to Carmelo. But what's crazy is it's like it was the perfect storm. So these kids are allegedly some assholes, right? Doing all types of racial shit on the walls. Carmelo's over here boiling over, right? Allegedly texting that he's on the verge. It just came together as the perfect storm. But I will say this, they could be racist as much as they want. That still doesn't mean you can stab them. That's why we're here. And I feel like that's probably why prosecutors didn't include that. But I mean, that's crazy to know. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments about that, developing information about, because now we're going to hear bad things about Carmelo and we're going to hear bad things about the twins. Y'all let me know what you think about that. That's a crazy update though. But let's move forward, right? Now, this is another situation that I want to show you guys, right? When I said the parents knew, they knew he had violent tendencies. Let's check this out, right? So it says update, Bill Werski revealed in court that Carmelo Anthony had previously been taken by his parents to a special program at LSU for kids who can't keep their hands to themselves. So they were spending money on this kid knowing that he was a danger to who knows, because it doesn't seem like there were too many incidents at the school with Carmelo, so who knows what's happening at home with the family. Either way, they're spending money to get this kid some help. Man, listen, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Mr. Lil American Psycho. I don't know if the kids told him some racist shit and that just made him snap, but bro seems very unstable. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out this little rundown by the news outlets and stuff. Probably information we've heard already, but this is just the most recent. Let's check it out.
Yeah, John, today we are hearing a lot of new evidence that was never made public during the trial, including details of what investigators found on Carmelo Anthony's phone and why it is that they believe he took a knife to this track meet last year in April. During opening statements, prosecutors revealed Anthony had a documented pattern of obsession with knives and guns. In one text message, Anthony allegedly fantasized about stabbing someone, writing, "When I stab somebody, I'm gonna lick their blood off the blade." Prosecutors say they also have numerous examples of Anthony's desire to start fights and to be in fights, and they argue that's what he went to the track meet to do that day. The reason none of that came out at trial is that the defense and prosecution had what they're describing as a gentleman's agreement, an off-the-record understanding that neither side would go into character evidence, including allegations of violence and bullying by Austin Metcalf. Instead, both sides would focus on what happened under the tent the day of the stabbing. The defense now argues that Anthony chose not to testify in his own defense because at the last minute of the trial, prosecutors reversed course and told them if Anthony takes the stand, it would violate their agreement and open the door to all of those character issues being brought out. That agreement is a key part of the defense's argument as to why it is that Anthony deserves a new trial. And that's something we're going to continue to hear a lot more about through the rest of today and possibly into tomorrow. John?
So basically, Carmelo couldn't take the stand because even I was saying, like, bro, this is your only you want to say this was self-defense, you gotta go up there, right? But they're saying he couldn't take the stand because of that gentleman's agreement, which whatever the fuck that means. Okay. He couldn't take the stand because of that gentleman's agreement because it would open the door to give the past of the other kids. That sounds fishy to me, bro. That sounds that it sounds like off of that information alone, that gentleman's agreement, it seems like they might have a door to do another trial. But should they do another trial is my biggest question. I don't know, bro. This is crazy because there was always speculation that there was something racist said. Now we're understanding that that can possibly be true. There was always speculation that Carmelo had a past of violence, right? But no one ever brought that to the front. So now I feel like the jury didn't even get to hear a proper story. I don't like it. I don't like it, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie to you. You guys let me know what you think. I feel like if we're actually taking this to trial, give the relevant information. It would have been nice to know that Carmelo wanted to lick blood off of knives and that the Austin boys are spray painting KKK across the wall. That probably would have changed a few things, just saying. It just feels like the trial right now is, if you want to keep that suppressed, you should have kept it suppressed. Now it's starting to feel incomplete. But anyways, these are the pictures. I want to remind you of the girlfriend, right? Because the girlfriend was later on saying, "Fly high, my sweet boy, face these years with triumph and bravery." So I'm not sure even her story. I feel like she should have testified. I was scared of him. He was stalking me, something. I feel like we're missing a lot of information, folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is what she had said right here. Hold your head high, my sweet boy. You're not alone. We're fighting for you always. Love you more than words. Hashtag hey Carmelo, hashtag blah, 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 right? She had posted this. So now which one is it? You love him or you're scared of him? I'm actually confused. Now at this point, we might need another trial. Huh. Interesting, folks. Interesting. Y'all let me know what you think. But before we get up out of here, this will be the new judge. And this is why I said in the beginning, you probably don't want to open these can of worms if you know you're dead wrong. Because now look who he's got. Now, this is a hardcore judge, apparently, according to a lot of people, right? His name is Michael Chitty, right? And I mean, just take a look at Michael Chitty and that and zero goatee and full mustache. So you gotta take one look at Michael Chitty, and you already know that motherfucker's not about to play. He ain't gonna play with you at all. And in fact, he's known for a case to where he gave somebody more time when they retried it, which is why I feel like Karmelo's playing a very dangerous game. You want to do this retrial, you got 35 years, you might just end up with 45. You don't really like how things are going, you might just end up with 50. You know what I'm saying? This is the new judge. And a lot of Carmelo Anthony supporters are thinking that this is some type of a win. It's not. It is not, folks. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments, man. This is a very interesting turn of events that I did not see coming. We have shit, man. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of communication in the comments. Let me know what y'all feel. I'm gonna see y'all real soon. Peace.